What is going on, people? Today I just watched Legion episode 5, and to be honest, that was literally the creepiest or the scariest and most intense episode of Legion so far. Later I will be elaborating what is going on with this episode. Okay, I gotta give you all a few notice first. So this particular episode will be literally full of spoilers. I will be talking about some of the stuff that I like and some of the things that I didn't like, but I wanna share some of the stuff that I did enjoy, particularly so far so good, to be honest. So if you wanna listen to more all my pre-production or the post-production kind of setup and anything else that will be in episode 1. So starting around episode 3, I was going to talk about a lot of the writing, the plot, and then the spoilers as well. So starting episode 3, I will talk a lot of spoilers. So let's get on to the spoilers, shall we?
I know where they're holding Amy. I'll be going to get her.
Be careful. There's a chance we've left the real world and that we're in David's world now.
It'll be fun. Save the girl. Get a snack.
We can't lose him. He's too powerful.
New people started putting all these ideas in his head.
My whole life is a lie.
So Legion episode 5. So there are a few things I really do like about. So this is like the continuous from the episode 4 where David saved Sydney, then Sydney had to change body with another guy. So I thought that they were gonna expand a bit. Maybe he can save his sister in a way or do some digging and something like that. But so it was continuous from there. Starting of the episode where David and the gang really saved Carrie because she was injured. She was shot somewhere around here. Back to the Carrie, the scientist guy. So the scientist were trying to save her and stuff. I think, but she's just injured and unconscious in a way. So after that, then David told Millennial Bird that he saw her husband. Then she felt like there is a way to save the character played by Jermaine Clement. So in a way, it somehow gives her a spark of hope that she wanted to save his husband. So after that, we get a little bit more of what Jermaine Clement did. Why is he trapped in his so-called astral plane? So Millennial Bird started to explain what is going on with his husband. So I did like that particular moment. It's a bit of explanation, even though it did not totally because it's in the previous episode where Legion started to introduce this character. We wanted to know more about him as Millennial Bird explained that that his husband was trapped, but turns out that Clement was really enjoying his particular space. Now we get to see more of it. Turns out that Jermaine Clement, he wanted to trap in his space so that because it's his reality in a way, so that's why he's trapped in a box where he can chill, he can be himself. So now it makes sense, but maybe too much to the point that he lost himself. He doesn't know his purpose at all. So that's why Millennium Bird wanted to save him out of that zone, you can say that. And then she also did explain that she needs David to pull this character Jermaine Clement out of that astral plane. It makes it interesting as well to see how does David going to pull him out. Later we will talk about David's ability, but so far we know that David is able to pull Jermaine Clement out of that zone. Okay, so this is what makes it way much more interesting. During that conference where Millennial Bird was talking with David and with Sydney in that particular moment, but David was acting very well. I did felt like he is not himself because he felt like he's very chill, very confident that he can save his sister as he wanted to. It felt a bit weird. So which brings me to my point that this guy played by Dan Stevens, he did a very good job by acting very weirdly and very strangely, as in like you don't see like his typical trait of David, so you see him, he's acting a bit weird, and the script did very well too, to be honest. So after that moment that David started to bring Sydney to another space, the so-called the mindset reality where Sydney can start to touch David again, then they won't swap bodies. So this is more of a conscious mind, so David can create a kind of space. Same thing goes to Jermaine Clement where he can create a kind of space, the astral plane, so that Sydney and David can spend much more time together. So it's a kind of a space which I really like this scene. And then they literally had sex. Even though it's not a real sex, but still it's a bit of a conscious sex, but it does somehow satisfy Sydney. But Sydney did open up a bit that is not her first time. She did her first time because when she started explaining that she was 16 years old, and then there were a lot of curiosity, so she exchanged body with her mom because her mom passed out, and then she had sex with the mom boyfriend and such a thing. But it felt very weird with the way she's described, and I can't imagine that when she's described, how can you imagine those scenarios? But it is understandable that because 16 years old, when we are a bit of a rebel stage or very curiosity stage, So that's why, because hormones is in her body, then she's a rush up, then she's trying to grow up, then she wanted to wonder what sex is about. But to be honest, that move seems pretty smart, to be honest, because if the girl 16 years old go up to the guy, then it will be awkward. So that's why she change the body so that the guy won't be so suspicious of her, so something like that. But I find it's smart but weird, but it's still very good point. And then at the end, she also explained that she changed back her body back to her mom's, and then everyone go crazy. So I think that is because she was 16 years old, she wasn't in her full control of her power yet at that time of the moment, but it's still understandable that what did she gone through. But still, she did say that this is not her first time. So I was thinking like, how did she have sex when nobody can literally touch her? Then she explained that she exchanged her body with her mother. So it makes sense in a way. It's smart and weird, like I said. Like my previous episode where I was talking about Carrie and Carrie's ability, where two persons share the same body at the same time and have different personality. It's really weird, but in this particular episode, it looks very they did extend her ability. What does it looks like? And then it does look very, very nicely, as in like, because the girl, she was very, very injured, then Carrie the scientist join body together and then at the same time absorb all the scar. Then later in the episode where they separated body, then all the injury and scar was on the scientist, and then the girl is like literally full. You can see how their abilities is weird and is somehow makes sense in a way, but I can totally understand their power because they can exchange in a way. But in this position, they did pretty well, because the guy, because he doesn't fight, so that's why he can literally take all the injuries from the girl, so the girl is fully healed in a way, so that's why she can go and beat some ass, which I did enjoy that particular touch of creativity. I don't know whether is it in the comic books, but I did enjoy that particular sense, a particular scene in a way. So I want to talk about David single-handedly go and try to save his sister. So I was thinking like, David was so confident and he was acting so weird. What does it make him that he is so confident go and save his sister alone, which eventually he did. So Melissa, Sydney, and the whole gang go and try to go to the government place and try to rescue him, because he's not really full aware of his own ability yet, but somehow he act way too much confident. So when we see that scene where entering the government place, we started to see that David is a very, very powerful mutant. You can totally see how powerful David is with his ability. Then we only discover that it's not David all along, it's the yellow eyes guy. Like I mentioned earlier, he's a parasite, that he is controlling David. So to the point, it really is question about this moment, that is he controlling David's power? Because we can totally see that was the yellow eyes guy controlling the power. But my question is that whatever that David was performing with his power, was that David's power or the yellow eyes power just borrowing David's body? If you get what I'm going at, you can totally see those power that are very, very chaotic and very, very dark, as it turn people to dust. Which kind of question me that, was that really David's power? I know that he can read minds and move things with his mind, but not turning people into dust. Maybe it is one of the possibilities. Since you can move things, maybe he can move molecules as well. So that's why I'm a bit curious. Which really brings up to the topic where the yellow eye guy. So we didn't cover that he is a parasite, but how did he end up in David's body? So that Carrie, the scientist guy, did explain more on this particular guy, that he is a parasite in David's mind for 30 years since he was born. So now we get a bit more purpose. So because now that we know that the parasite is using David's body, and because David is literally the most powerful mutant in the world, as we saw how powerful David is, maybe he can literally destroy the whole world in that sense. So that's why this guy is in David's body and unleash hell. And then there's one more thing that I really do like. When we get to know more about the yellow eye. So when the scientist Carrie was explaining that this guy maybe is his consciousness that left his body and entered David's body. So that is the kind of bit of details that I really do enjoy, that we get to know more about this particular character. But now the final part that we really need to know is what is his final purpose in David's mind. Now we finally get to see that maybe I wasn't too smart or noticed this kind of detail, that Aubrey Plaza is in indeed the yellow eyes. Because in the earlier episode where they started to tease that Aubrey Plaza is the yellow eye, it felt like a tease, but it wasn't a confirmed detail. But now that we confirm that Aubrey Plaza is the yellow eye, so the guy purposely put himself in a girl's body to confuse David's purpose and stuff. So then now we finally know that she is him or him is she. So see how you want to put that. So to the point, I really did enjoy it. So when Sydney entered the space where David introduced Sydney the space, and the yellow eye guy, that thing really freaks me out. When he walked past by in that particular sense trying to chase her, then everyone, and then out of nowhere, then which is another scene where everyone was sitting in a psychiatrist's place, so which will lead to the next episode. So this episode is really creepy in so many scenes. Like there's one particular scene where the boy with a big fake hair just came out of nowhere during the inaudible scene. It gave me a jump scare to the point because there's that scene where everyone was muted, they can't talk, then out of nowhere just pops out a person out of the shadow, so it gave me a jump scare. Okay, I want to talk about the music. There's one particular scene where there was a rock music running behind, where this gang go and try and save David in the government place. That music in the background was a rock music, but it doesn't felt suitable for that particular moment. It's not like the previous episode where Jermaine Clement was playing opera kind of music in the background where everyone was fighting in the previous episode, but this one doesn't suit in a way. But that's my opinion, I wish that they played another opera music in the background, so it makes sense, but I can get why they didn't do it. Maybe it's a bit too repetitive. So this is what I think about the episode. So far this episode is really creepy because we finally get to see the yellow eye, the full figure. He literally have legs. Earlier we didn't see he had legs or not. Now we get to know more information about this particular stuff. But still, it's very, very interesting so far. So good. So far, it's really, really good. I'm really liking Legion so far. It's really haunting, to be honest. It's really exciting. It's another cliffhanger, I can say that. So I really, really enjoy Legion episode 5. Tell me, have you guys enjoyed Legion episode 5? Maybe comment down below and let me know what you guys think about Legion so far, and check out my other videos that I produce in this channel. And then if you want to subscribe to my channel and see more my other stuff, and I'll see you all next time.